As a follow-up to that, Professor, I wanted to ask about some terms that are used in political discussion, like free market, free marketer, neoliberalist. Coming from the left, these are usually pejorative terms. But there are economists on the left who are not at all opposed to using markets. For example, Dean Baker on this program said that he thinks markets are great. We just have to decide when and how to use them. And Amartya Sen, who has written that markets can be an engine of growth and help a society prosper.
No,
Instead of
I
you,
agree. I agree with that.
uh,
Who doubts that?
well, I guess what I'm saying is, instead of using these terms, should the left, should those on the left, when criticizing markets, should they make a
Who
distinction?
criticizes markets?
It's just a
I mean,
general.
what?
Well,
I mean,
what I want to say is, should the
I mean,
criticism.
take what I was just saying a minute ago. I wasn't criticizing markets. I was criticizing the fact that the business world will not tolerate markets.
Right, crony capitalism, as you were saying. I totally
It's
agree.
not crony capitalism. It's normal state capitalism, which is not, which of course has market elements, but insists on a powerful state to support the rich and powerful. So is Dean Baker. In fact, he wrote a book about it. He wrote a book called The Conservative Nanny State, which is exactly about this.
Yeah, we interviewed him about that book on this show, and
Pardon?
but we had him on to talk about the book, but
But,
with
what he's talking about is the failure, the refusal of the business world to accept markets. You can argue whether markets would be a good thing or bad. Okay, we could argue that. But the fact is that the reality is that the business world, you know, the Republicans and so on, they don't want markets. They want just what Baker said they want, a conservative nanny state. That is a powerful state that intervenes massively to protect them.
I guess my question is, when saying the term neoliberalist, should there be a distinction between productive markets and non-productive markets? As you said, after the liberalization of capital, after the Bretton Woods fell, there was a huge increase in speculative capital flow, which is quite different than maybe labor markets or product markets where people can cite complementary interests that are promoted by exchange. Should there be this distinction? I guess what I'm saying when the term neoliberalist is used.
Neoliberalism has nothing to do with markets. I mean, something to do with them, but not much. What's called neoliberalism is a very selective use of markets to control the poor and the weak, combined with a strong state intervention in markets to protect the strong. So take the apostle of neoliberalism, Ronald Reagan. Okay, he was the most protectionist president in post-war American history. He doubled protective barriers. He created a state intervention to try to sustain and galvanize the collapsing economy, to try to protect incompetent American management from superior Japanese production. He carried out one of the major bank bailouts. He tripled the debt. You know, that's real neoliberalism. That's what it actually is. On the other hand, it's used as a weapon against the weak. Okay, so it's a version of a mixture of markets, protectionism, powerful state, deregulation, carefully designed to benefit the extremely powerful and wealthy, and the rest have to look out for themselves. That's entirely separate from an abstract discussion that we might have in some seminar somewhere about whether in principle markets are a good idea. That's a different question. We should separate them.